KSMA, Green Valley, Tucson.
It's meant for an adult audience.
Loveline may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion advised.
Now, here's Loveline.
1-800-LOVE-191 with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
Hey, it's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. Dr. Drew is a board-certified physician and addiction medicine specialist. How was the move, Doc?
Busy, intense. It's weird
today, right?
You know, we moved yesterday. Had our first night in a new house.
Oh, I mean yesterday, yeah.
But you're sleeping in a new house. When you hit my age, it gets you.
Why?
I laid there for 3 hours. It's not like sleeping in a hotel. It's like this responsibility is mine. And we had lit a fire in the fireplace. It was a beautiful evening. And for an hour, I kept thinking the room was burning downstairs. You know?
Yeah.
Okay, I flew out of bed at one time. The house on fire.
No, you know what's weird? I lived in an apartment for my entire life, and then I worked in my house for about a year, and then when I moved into my house, even though it was a much better neighborhood and a much safer place,
you freak out.
There's about an extra 80 to 90% chance I may be killed in my sleep tonight. Just because I'm on some sort of foreign territory. Like,
yes,
somehow
some pheromone or something gets you.
Local thugs are going to tap into this, realize I'm easy pickings, I don't know where the bathroom is, and they're going to come in.
Well, I got 3 kids.
Sodomize me.
I think kids are sort of, we arrange this house so that everybody's spread out and kids have their own place. Yeah.
Get your wife spread out, too.
Then I'm thinking, hey, I can't hear him if there's a problem. What am I going to do now? I better go down there and check on them. About 3 times I'm walking down the hall checking on kids.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's weird. And then for some reason, somehow, I don't know, 2 weeks from now or something, it just becomes, you got to get your stink on it.
But if I were 20...
You got to really cramp up the bathroom once good, really to break it in. Do you have a few bathrooms?
Yeah.
Oh, so you got to work all of them then.
I've actually got one that's dedicated to me. That's part of the deal here. So I can get in at night. You know, my wife's asleep. And
you really got to ass it up pretty good.
All right, I'll work on that.
All righty. I went to the MTV Music Awards.
Yes, I missed them.
No, wait a minute. The movie awards.
I missed them because I was moving.
Right. Which I told people. They thought that was a fairly lame excuse. It didn't sound like much. He's moving.
Well,
people are like, well, so let the moving guys show up at noon, and he comes over here at 6 o'clock. I mean,
we, in reality, we possibly could have done it, but it just wouldn't have been fair to our kids and their first time in the house.
All right. You don't want to freak them out.
And you know what? Is that, do I belong at these damn things anyway?
Nah, you're too old. Yeah, you're not hip enough.
I'm not hip enough.
It's only for the ultra cool like myself.
So how was it, Mr. Ultra Cool?
It was pretty good. It's sort of the same thing.
By the way, I went last year. You didn't go. I represented us last year.
That's true. Yeah. I got, they treated me fine. The car picked me up, They don't give you the laminate that gets you backstage, by the way, which I always find a little bit peculiar. Is if I'm going to rip something off or I'm going to piss off Samuel L. Jackson or something like that.
You couldn't even go to the little party on the side there backstage?
No, you can go. They give you a laminate that gets you into a green room.
Right.
And they give you a ticket that gets you into a party.
Right.
But they don't give you the pass that gets you...
all access.
Backstage. Yeah, you do. I went to the bathroom at some point and tried to get back in.
No way.
And there's no way they're letting me back in. And MTV really must be the only network, if in fact it is a network. I question it being called a network. It doesn't seem fair to the good ones to call MTV a network, too. But they got to be the only one in the world that will not give their talent an all-access pass. Because really what it is they don't want you screwing with Jim Carrey and Samuel Jackson and other bona fide real celebrities, people that aren't on their network.
Right.
They really have a self-esteem problem. They really do. For anyone who's listening, do not work with MTV. They were nice enough to me yesterday, but they will not treat you like you're any kind of celebrity.
The problem is you've been spoiled now by Comedy Central.
Oh,
it's all over.
My God. It's a completely different place. It's like they like you. You do things. They line up press interviews. They send cars. They fly you first class. They actually, Comedy Central, believe it or not, if anyone from MTV is listening, and I don't want to give away Comedy Central's big secret here.
It's by the same company, too. It's by Viacom.
Yeah, but they don't like each other. Comedy Central actually treats the people that are on their network as if they were some sort of celebrities. Yeah, it's bizarre. No. It is bizarre. I don't think it's going to last. So MTV...
Yeah, they're just a honeymoon phase with you and Comedy Central.
I'm sure.
But it is a shame that MTV has had you exposed to Comedy Central. You know, it kind of scares me. I got to working with you next year if we actually do that show again. Won't be pretty.
It ain't going to be pretty. It ain't going to be pretty. I hope I never have to go back and do that lousy turd.
Hey, no,
I really don't.
I want to do one more season.
Forget it.
Hey.
Lots of money. Lots of money if anyone from MTV's listening, please. Lots of money.
Adam, one more.
Listen.
Painless.
I just want lots of money just to screw with MTV. I don't even care about the money. Yeah. Jody?
Hi, this
You're
is Jody.
21. Oh, those MTV idiots.
What the hell is he saying?
Oh, shut up. Go ahead, Jody.
Well, me and my husband got married a few months ago. We've been knowing each other for 5 years, and we're thinking about having a kid. And we were wondering if you guys, we could get your blessing.
Wait, what did you say about 5 years?
We've known each other for 5 years.
Since you're 16. How's your husband?
He's 23.
How long have you been married?
3 months.
How long have you dated?
Since I was 16.
Oh, by known, you mean known.
Yep.
5 years.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, we were both freshmen in college at the time.
All right, what kind of threshold questions do we have here? Freshman college at 16?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
I have really bad asthma, so I couldn't go to school because they were using a cleaner I was allergic to. So I had to go to independent study and stuff, and I got really bored of it, so I got all my work done, and I graduated early and went off to college.
Wow. Oh, my kids do
I wish
that.
I had some of that asthma. My problem is I was healthy as a horse and didn't like to be locked up inside a classroom.
Oh, man. And you met at college?
Yeah.
So he was sort of an exceptional student also?
No, he was 18.
No, he's a couple years older.
I guess he's 18. He was a freshman. All right. All right.
And you both graduated?
I did not. I got a really good job offer, and I took it.
What do you do?
I'm a software engineer, and so is he.
And you guys live together now?
Yes.
Well, they're married.
I beg your pardon.
All right, listen, Drew, you're out of it. Well, we give you our blessing.
Yes.
Okay.
You still might want to wait another. Why don't you enjoy your marriage for a year?
Right. In general,
before you have the kids.
I wouldn't want to have done anything till 10 years out of college. But that doesn't have to be their bad. I mean, they've got their act together. Let's face it, they're not going to change that much the next 3 or 4 years.
No, just get over it.
I agree, though. Just enjoy the marriage a little bit.
Greg?
Yeah, how you guys doing?
So we're giving our blessing. Let's just...
Yeah, give it the thumbs up.
Give it a thumbs up, Joe.
January of last year, I was having intermittent torsions of my testicles.
Yeah.
And the doctor performed an orchiopexy, and I'm still having chronic pain.
Oh, boy. It was on one side, right?
It started on the one side.
And the pain's on that side still?
Yes.
Do you have any...
It went over to the other side, too.
Wow.
Yeah. And, I've also been diagnosed with ankylosing spondylitis.
Oh, how interesting. When was that diagnosed?
March of this year.
Do you have any neuropathy or anything like that from it?
Let me see, my calcium's through the roof for one. I think it's a 6. And it's supposed to be a -1 or something like that.
Ionized calcium, I think.
Right.
What's he got? Hold on a second. Hold on, Drew.
Ankylosing spondylitis is an autoimmune disease. Sort of in the family of lupus and rheumatoid arthritis, but it's in the class of what's called seronegative spondyloarthropathy, and it's primarily focused on the axial joints, the spine, the shoulders, the hips. And people get what's called a bamboo spine, where the spine sort of fuses. You see people walking with their heads way forward and the back real rigid.
Right.
That's AS, ankylosing spondylitis. Pretty rare condition. Well, not rare, unusual.
Republicans who walk that way.
It's a pretty unusual condition.
That's a spinal condition?
Yeah, and it has neuropathy and certain other organ system problems with it, but it's relatively benign. I'm not clear how the testicular torsion figures into it, though God knows it must. I'm wondering if there's any medication for it, is my question. Greg?
Yeah.
Were you on any meds at that time?
I've been on everything you can think of since the surgery.
But no, I mean before the surgery.
Before the surgery, no.
And by everything, what do you mean?
They put me on, I was on many painkillers.
Oh, boy. But by everything, it was just to control the discomfort in the testes?
Right.
Not for the ankylosing spondylitis?
No, that was later diagnosed, and I'm on medication for that.
What are you taking for that?
I'm taking Celebrex.
Yeah, which is the new COX-A inhibitor.
Right. And
Celebrex. Yeah, everything's got an X, a Z, and sounds like celebrate.
Yeah.
The new antidepressant, Celexa. New.
Well, either it suggests you're having a good time, or it's very accurate and hard-working.
It's powerful and can make you feel good. You can celebrate.
Yeah, power trait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
X, Z.
Yeah, there's nothing called like Crapatrill or Vomitron or anything like that.
Zyrtec, Xanax. Yeah, it's insane. And then what's going to happen, though, is when X and Z are no longer power letters, that they are right now at this moment in history.
Yeah.
And there's going to be all these lame name products out there.
Yeah, I don't know what are considered sort of the pussy letters. What is like a pussy letter?
L.
Yeah, there's a couple L's out there, but yeah, it's kind of a weak name. I mean, like whenever there's a superhero out in the galaxy somewhere, his the evil guy's named Zurg, or Zorak or something like that. Yeah, it's with a Z or sometimes with an X. Actually, Space Ghost is coming in town next week.
How do you know that?
He called me. Wants to go out for lunch.
Well, we'll bring him up here. Let's bring him up here.
Yeah, because I think we're pretty well packed.
Sunday.
No, I mean he's flying out of town next week, I think. I'm just worried about going out to lunch with the guy. I mean, he must cause kind of a commotion, right? With the guy with the cape and the tight pants, and plus he's got such a build on him, it's going to be embarrassing, with my skinny legs,
So you don't watch Cartoon Network. He's been drinking beer and eating pretzels lately.
Oh, has he been getting out of shape?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I mean, it's cool going out with him in case there's trouble. You know what I mean? I mean, he's better than a biker.
So, anyway, the torsion is basically a twisting of the testes that cuts the blood supply off, and it can be terribly painful.
No.
The surgery basically is an untwisting and anchoring. And, yes, Karen, you're on. But Greg had the appropriate care, appropriate treatments. What are you going to say? Except I'm a little worried about his use of pain medication, and he should keep going back until this is solved.
Well, he's on the Hapatron.
The Celebrex.
Shouldn't be any problem with that, so you celebrate life a little bit.
Yeah, that's going to be the next.
What can be addicting about that?
That's good. H is the next word, I predict. Yeah.
That's the next power letter?
H-A.
Karen?
Yeah.
Heron?
Because after all, who invented the word hammer? No Z's or X's in that,
That's
right?
true. That's very powerful. It's a tool. Go ahead, Karen. You're 19.
Yeah. I was going out with my boyfriend for about 9 months. I lived with him for about maybe 8 of those months, and towards the end, I got pregnant by him. And he's a minor. And I hope he's not listening. He's a minor. And I got pregnant by him, and like 3 months after that, my son was taking me over to my parents' house. Then we got into a car accident, and I lost the baby. And since then, it's like everything's been different between he and I. He broke up with me. I don't think it was because of that, but I think that may have been part of it. And I'm just kind of curious as to maybe why he actually broke up with me.
Karen, we'd have
started going out with his ex-girlfriend after he broke up with me.
Karen, we would have to talk to him really to know what's going on. One thing about guys you got to accept is what they do is what they do. You don't try to figure it out. It's not like looking at behavior of bacteria or something. It's what they do, and trying to reason it out so you can understand it, or so you can make it different or make it better, is a waste of time.
Well, why did he break up with his first girlfriend?
Well, before he met me, supposedly he was a player, and he was going out with like 4 or 5 different girls.
How old was he when he met you?
16.
Yeah.
How do you,
player at 16.
How do you get your learner's permit? You know what I mean? How can you be a player with zits? It's bizarre to me.
Yeah.
It's going out with 5, 6 girls at the same time. Well, okay, so Karen, then it really shouldn't be that surprising to you
what
that he's able to regain his association with the Players Club.
Yeah.
When I told him that I lost the baby over the phone, I had to tell him over the phone because I tried everything to get him to come down to my apartment.
Well, listen, he was done before you told him that.
Yeah, but hanging in.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Listen, he was probably hanging around because he thought you guys might have a kid together.
Yeah, that's what he was hanging in for.
Yeah, and our listeners like to hang out for 3.2 weeks after the baby's born. Actually, they start that at the beginning of the 3rd trimester.
I thought it's the moment the pregnancy test comes in.
That may be true, too. Yeah, I got to recalculate that. So, anyway, Karen, how old were you when this miscarriage happened?
I was 19.
Okay, so this was how long ago?
About a month ago, not even.
Okay. Well, here's the deal, sweetie. You're broken up with this guy, and the good news is you have no kid.
Yes.
And now you're free and clear, and your job is to not get pregnant again and do well in life.
The thing is, I think I am pregnant again.
With him?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Remember I was talking to you about your job?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was your job.
Hey, what a... why do you think you're pregnant again?
Because I was raped not too long ago, and I haven't started yet.
Oh, who raped you?
The guy I was staying with because I was homeless at the time, and I've known him for like a year.
Okay. All right, stop it. Hold everything.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do the gambling on this one, all right?
All right.
Karen, are you involved with the Department of Social Services at all?
No.
Okay. How are you getting through life right now?
I live with my present boyfriend and his 2-year-old.
All right. Is it adequate to be dependent on people like that? Is that working for you? Going from homeless to dependent on some guy that you can't rely upon?
I mean, I have a job.
With pregnancies and not? I mean, what's going on here? Why don't you take advantage of some services out there and see if you can get some more structure in your life?
Because my mom would probably kill me if I went on something like welfare.
I'm not telling you to go on welfare. I'm just telling you to take advantage of...
She's a very proud woman, your mother?
No, I'm delighted you're working. I'm delighted you don't want to go on welfare. I think that's crucial. In fact, I don't think anybody would keep you on welfare. But I'm saying you clearly have substantial needs for help.
I'm going to have Drew answer this question. Did you bring this guy who raped you up on charges?
No.
Why not?
Because
I tried to. The day after it happened at night, and the day after it happened, like when I woke up, I saw a cop driving down the street, and I flagged him down, and I described exactly what happened, and he gave me a personal crimes number and said that he really couldn't describe that as rape.
Even though you explained to him that you got raped?
I explained to him everything that happened in detail, and he gave me a personal crime.
So, Karen,
did you call that number?
Yeah, I got
of course
the first 6 digits, but because I couldn't do it, my friend dialed Hamilton County and had a cop come to the door, and he said it was out of his district.
All right.
He couldn't do anything.
Okay. Well, Karen, but listen, how pregnant are you now?
I'd probably be about 3 weeks.
All right,
but you think you are pregnant?
Well,
yes, I do.
Go get a pregnancy test, find out. Why don't you go, again, access the health care system in your county?
What is that?
Like, there must be a county hospital nearby, get some prenatal care, rape counseling, assessment for sexually transmitted disease. I mean, this is why I was holding everything with Karen. I didn't want to get into what horrible chaos she has come from, no doubt.
Oh, please.
Yeah, it's like unspeakable, I'm sure. But, Karen, you need to be tested for HIV. You were raped. You were even if it was something that was not overt violent rape, it was an aggressive, what they call it, a sexual assault at very limited, at least. And you don't know what the guy's history is. You've got to get checked for other STDs. You have to get this pregnancy assessed and decide what you want to do with it. You need some rape counseling, and you need some overall health services just to try to get your life on track and keep it there, because you're just blowing in the breeze right now.
Yeah, I'm going to look into some of that counseling as well. Even though I was not violently raped, if anyone ever took a look at my contract with MTV.
Here we go again. Is this all because you were
Loveline?
Is this all because you were at the movie last night?
No, I was thinking about it last week. I got to do something.
Well,
you do too, Drew. Believe me, you're coming with me.
I don't know any better.
You're coming with me. Yes, raped. That's brutal. My ass is killing me. Chris.
Yeah.
You're 25.
Yes, I am.
What's going on?
I just wanted to say, more pudding, Mom?
Oh, you don't, no, we never have guys that sound like youngsters.
More Jell-O, Mom.
There you go.
That's more like it. Okay, my question, I guess, is for whoever knows the answer. I've always had trouble, for at least as long as I can remember, using a urinal next to another guy. I want to know if it's some sort of gay issue, because I'm definitely not. I mean, I close my eyes. I try to think about waterfalls and things. It just
is there a division between you and the next guy?
It doesn't matter. As long as it may be 2 spots away, I can go. But it's right.
Yeah, but let me tell you, isn't there a difference between you two peeing into the same trough and you two having a division between the two of you?
I can't do it.
No matter what, he can't do it. It's true. The trough's probably out of the question. Let's put it that way. He never tries on a trough.
Listen, I don't understand. Can't do it because if you're at a Dodger game and you're in the 5th inning and you didn't drive, and I've had a few beers out in the sun, and I got to go like now. There's no way physically possible that I'm going to be able to go another 3 hours with it. I mean, it's like, when you got to whiz, you got to whiz.
Oh, but you can have retention. You never had that, and nor have I. But retention, once that stuff cleans up down, you ain't nothing coming out.
But is it painful?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
No, I've never had retention.
Yeah.
I got started early, peeing out of car windows, peeing in beer
that's
cans,
why people,
peeing on my friends.
With the work you did with the brewing.
Right.
Yeah. Which was when you held your thumb over the tip of your penis like a spigot.
No, I didn't.
Like a hose.
No, not over the tip. You just sort of squeeze it a little bit.
All right, be that as it may.
Please.
That eventually you were going to have some
temerity.
You were going to have
insinuating I'd hold my thumb over the end of my penis.
Maybe that's how Chris got all that.
No. It's a different technique.
I see. That's what the Appalachian technique, or the Eastern Germans.
There's 2 ways you can sort of spray water out of a hose. One is putting your thumb over the end, and the other way is to squeeze it off completely, sort of behind the nozzle.
So one is sort of the European style. Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
I imagine this is probably a reason for circumcision. If you have to get at that quickly. Probably better. The circumcised guy is probably quicker on the draw, right?
With the penis?
Yeah.
I mean, as far as the brewing goes?
If you have to retaliate.
Could be an advantage.
Well, this might be something very important,
Yeah, but, let me tell you, you learn to work with what you've got. You know what I mean? Like Jimi Hendrix, he played a right-handed guitar that was just strung backwards.
The point is...
And then once he got used to playing that, that's all he played.
The point is... that this is why men sometimes have to be catheterized. They can get retention. They can get there are various reasons for that. In this case, it's
emotional, though, isn't it?
Yeah, in this case, it is. It's part of the autonomic nervous system that isn't allowing the bladder neck to lower and the detrusor muscle to loosen.
He's not getting drunk. See, if he was drunk, he could do this. Hey, Chris?
Yeah?
Yeah, you don't drink.
I do occasionally.
Yeah, but this problem shouldn't happen when you're drunk.
Well, let's get back to that castrated part. I don't want to get castrated because of this.
Catheterized.
Catheterized.
Oh.
Catheterized, Chris.
Oh,
boy.
Hey, Chris, do you drink? Or do you smoke pot?
No.
He doesn't eat. No.
I drink occasionally, but I've never done any drugs or anything.
Yeah, you got to drink. When you're drunk, you'll just stand out on your front lawn and piss and wave at the neighbors. I mean, you don't think twice about it.
All right.
I've done some of my best pissing drunk.
Yeah.
You piss anywhere and everywhere, and you don't care who's around when you're drunk. But when you're not, you're very uptight. You're self-conscious. There's a guy next to you. It's tragic. Okay, we're going to take a little break. When we come back, we'll speak to Gus. Wants to thank us for our advice. A pregnant 14-year-old girlfriend. Oh, I think he called us last week.
Yeah.
All right, we'll talk to Gus. Oh, yeah, Gus. We got to remember Gus's real name. Remember he worked it in?
Yeah.
Our listeners are awesome. I'm going with Eric.
Eric, yeah.
You know what? Hold on a second. I got to say something. We are so wicked, Drew and myself, because, Ann, you'll testify that I don't remember anyone's name, right? I mean, I just don't. Janine Garofalo was here. She's been on the show 2 times. She's been on the TV show twice. I went and introduced myself to her, did I not?
Horrible. It's embarrassing.
Hi, Janine. How are you? I'm Adam Carolla. I'm a big fan of yours. I said, yeah, I was on the TV show last week. I know. I just don't want to put any pressure on you. I don't remember anyone's name. Nobody. But I remember that our caller on line 3, who goes by the handle of Gus, who called in last week, his real name is Eric.
We heard a piece. He almost said the name.
Right.
And we retained that. Where is that?
Why is that?
I don't know. What is it?
Well, we
How
retain
does the human mind work?
We retain stuff about the show. Somebody will call in and say, I called in 8 months ago about something. We're like, oh, yeah, your sister's name is Jill, right? I can't figure it out, how we know it.
But I don't remember celebrities
and you know what?
Anything.
And I have a real sense if somebody walked up to us and said, I called you 8 months ago, yesterday. I called you yesterday? No. It's something about this environment and the concentration and stuff.
All right.
You know what I mean? It's like a state-related memory.
I think it's busting his balls, and I think that's why I remember. All right, we'll talk to Gus/Eric after this.
Hey, this is Andy Dick from News Radio.
It's the Love Line. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. All right. Pennywise is going to come on the show tomorrow night. Now, I've never met the band Pennywise. They've been around for a while. Everyone says they're good. They were on the show, what was it, 5 years ago?
Easily.
How long before I got here?
2 years, I'd say. Year and a half, 2 years. Year and a half, something like that. Good guys, interesting guys. They have amongst them a man now.
Right.
Sasquatch. Yeah. But let's take Gus's call, and then we'll go on with this. You want to? Or you want to talk about the Pennywise thing now?
All right, we'll take Gus's call, and then we'll go to Pennywise. But don't let me move.
We're gonna play the Pennywise tape.
Okay. Gus?
Yeah.
Is your name Eric?
No. Yeah.
Of course. Or do your friends just call you Silk? No. Last time Gus called, he said, my name's Gus, and I said, there's no 15-year-old in the world named Gus, and he goes,
oh yeah.
He goes, that's a nickname. I didn't want to say my real name, and then 2 minutes later, he goes, my dad's yelling, Eric, get off, Eric! Oh, Christ!
Gus, get off.
I got my balls busted at school for that.
Oh,
it was me.
No kidding.
Yeah, but isn't Gus for like Gustafson or something?
Nah, it's just...
He just made it up.
Yeah.
That was another call last week.
Oh, that was another one. Yeah. All right, sorry. Okay.
Before I get to my question or my response, this whole weekend on Comedy Central they didn't plug in the Man Show.
Big time.
That is awesome.
Oh, good.
Can't wait for the girls jumping on trampolines.
Well, it's just the end of every show.
Yeah.
Every single show.
Very good. All right, anyway, this whole week has been so busy because I talked to my uncle, and he's kind of a lawyer, and he said that we might have a case for that guy not giving us the after pill.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, recap Gus's.
Yeah, basically it was that he had heard about the morning after pill on this show.
Yep.
Had it their condom broke. Went to a quasi-family friend who's a pharmacist and asked for the morning after pill with a prescription.
Right.
And the guy started giving him grief, saying, I'm going to tell your parents, which is illegal. I thought you were a better person, and shamed both you and your girlfriend to the point that she wouldn't go on with any further intervention and indeed became pregnant.
Right.
Turn that down, guys. Eric.
Huh?
What's going on over there?
He doesn't respond to Gus.
I finally talked to her, and she's going to give it for adoption.
Oh, that's awesome.
God bless you, Gus.
Hey, she deserves some sort of medal. She really does. No, really, women think about women's sacrifice when they do that. Let's stay outside of sort of our understanding of the emotional experience. Just imagine that biological sort of imperative, the connection that they have with the child, and they're going to sacrifice that on behalf of the well-being of the child.
Yeah.
And that's huge. And men don't have to worry about that. Men they don't have that.
I don't think they do. Some do, but I always question that.
They have a...
That's why in the wilderness, the males eat the kids half the time. They don't even... Forget about adoption. They're hungry.
They don't stop long enough to do that even. They just go on.
Oh, not all of them, but a lot of them. Yeah. They eat the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me tell you, you women, you constantly complain about the toilet seat. Be glad we're not eating the kids. Right, Drew? We're making like kid stew. Right?
So Pennywise.
Okay.
Pennywise was up here.
Right.
Many long years
I was not here. Ricky Rackman was hosting at the time.
It was a local show, though.
They were in the studio. Not even in this studio. That's probably why it doesn't smell too bad. They were drinking
tequila
and eating a lot of pizza.
Oh, yeah, and drinking beer.
And
it was late in the show, and Fletcher was sort of busting my nuts a little bit. He was, for lack of a better way of putting it, he didn't like me, I think. I was too much the man for him. You know what I mean?
Right.
I represented sort of the establishment. And Fletcher is, society has not yet shown its mark on him.
How big is he?
He is about 6'4", going about 280, I'd swear. And he was maybe 6'6". I mean, I had to, in the midst of this thing where he vomited all over the studio and then came about chasing after me, vomiting down on top of me, I had to climb up on a bookshelf, and I was literally punching him to try to stand him up to get him off of me. It was your bookshelf, the ones you built in the back of the old studio.
Oh, really?
You know how it's on? There's a platform in the back.
Yeah, that oak thing.
Yeah, I stood up on that, and I was still punching up.
Hey, those weren't meant to be stood on, Drew. Jesus.
I was running away from a giant man mountain. He's vomiting on me.
All right. Well, let's listen.
And what you'll hear is we're doing the show, and all of a sudden he lets loose and literally sprays across the control board, and then gets up and proceeds to vomit on top of people.
I like when Ann gets in and really her dander gets up, but. Ann, here we go.
Right. Well, I just want to say that everybody started running out of the studio, screaming, mics are hot.
Right.
We've got 5 hot mics, and people just running out of the studio.
Right.
And Ann and I left behind, by the way. She hung in there with me.
Yeah,
although
I did.
She watched me take the abuse, and then she left too.
No, then I started, reaching for the mics.
How do you clean all that up? In the
it never was the same. I'm serious, yeah.
Yeah, it was horrible.
All right, let's give a listen to that fateful night.
Okay, go ahead.
That's fine. I mean, I was just wondering, what's the...
Please don't throw up on the office.
Loveline is over. I'm pretty much currently... Okay, bye. Yes, Loveline is over. It's not our fault. We have a big, ugly man in our guitar band. And,
playing a song or something? Get the hell out. Can I handle it? Are we on the air?
Wow.
I want you to know, I sat down at the control booth and took over. That's why the music went up and the mics went off. Because after I got him pushed out of the studio, I was the only person in there.
Well, you know, what was cool
I stood up to him, though.
No, you got him out, I think. I think you're the one that got him out. I remember,
looked up at that.
I remember just the two of us in the studio with this giant monstrosity.
Oh, man.
And I look forward to seeing Fletch again. It's been a few long years. Since Ann and I
have long overdue.
Yeah, I have consummated our relationship. But wasn't he good at that? It was more real than that, I'll tell you.
I'm going to wear a slicker in here tomorrow just in case.
Those guys are. I wouldn't be surprised if they came in with an intention to reproduce their original performance here.
Well, you know, it's true. It's like when we were talking to the guys from Motley Crue. After a while, you know, you have to sort of outdo yourself.
This is a modern Gallagher.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so that you can look forward to tomorrow night. They also, I hear, play instruments and things, too. They're more than just a band of guys who vomit on radio hosts. I think they make music as well. So
they promised to be good.
All right.
That's what I was told.
Who promised you?
The label. The record label.
Please.
Veronica?
Yeah.
You're 17?
Mm-hmm.
What's going on?
Well, me and one of my friends, we went out, and we had a threesome with some guy, and the condom broke, and we don't know when it broke, and I haven't had my period, for 2 months.
It broke before he put it on. I mean, he never put one on.
What?
It broke, and he had sex with both of you?
Yeah.
And...
how do you know it broke?
Huh?
How do you know it broke?
Because when it was over, my cousin said that she didn't see a condom on him.
Yeah, well, probably it didn't break. He never put it on, right?
No, he did put it on.
So, he put it on?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but your cousin said that?
Yeah.
Your cousin who was working the stereo, or your cousin who was involved with the threesome with you?
No, she walked in, so it was one of my friends, and she walked in.
How old is your cousin?
My cousin, she is 15.
This isn't hanging together.
Yeah, it's not hanging together. What's your friend's name?
My friend? I don't want to say her name.
All right. When did this happen?
2 months ago.
What night was it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Veronica. It's not really hanging together, your story.
When people say something, have had a very awful experience like this, they don't repeat the question back to us before they come up with an answer. That answer is emblazoned in their soul. They know it right away. One night was it Tuesday, 8:30. I'm worried about it. I'm thinking about it for 2 months.
Yeah.
So, nice try.
All right, Veronica?
Okay.
All right. Hey, Veronica, just admit you're screwing with us, would you, please?
I'm not.
Veronica?
I'm serious.
Come on, be honest.
I'm honest.
Where'd you meet the guy?
At a club.
Yeah. What's the name of the club?
Huh? It's a club here in Carolla.
What's the name of the club?
I don't know.
Okay. Hold on a second. I can't, you don't believe it. Now, okay, I want to believe.
Yeah.
I really do, because it's titillating. And on the other hand, women don't have that capacity to goof like guys do. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, they don't normally goof.
They don't normally goof.
Unless a bunch of guys there putting her up to it.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
She could be some puppet.
Shill.
But she could just be stupid. I think she may just be dumb.
Well, she's in, the behavior is, all
right.
I mean, she may be out of it, just somebody that can gauge that kind of behavior would have to be kind of out of it.
Well, it says both are pregnant on the thing. All right,
That's
Veronica,
what she said.
Right, hang on.
Yeah.
We'll take a break. Drew and I will convene on this one, and then we'll be back.
You have 5 seconds.
Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
2.
Back in a minute.
1.
Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Pennywise is going to be in here tomorrow. The band you heard vomiting. Ben Folds 5 is going to be in here. There's a good band. The Verve Pipe. You know, if I was gay, I'd be going out with the pipe. I really
Since you're not gay, how do you explain your behavior around that?
I love the Verve Pipe.
Oh.
Great guys.
You're
I'm
gay.
Really, I'm looking forward to them. And a good band. And I'm glad they're coming out with a new record. And then Moby will be in here. Isn't Moby the guy who doesn't like you, Drew? Or is that another guy?
Is that right? Moby. And?
Moby?
Moby guy doesn't like me? I think you're thinking of,
Shaggy?
Maxi Priest.
Oh, Maxi Priest.
Yeah, Shaggy. I love Shaggy. Shaggy and I have a gay relationship.
Maxi Priest doesn't like you because you weren't giving him optimal respect, man?
Because Shaggy was here that night, and he and I were carrying on because I really like Shaggy.
Uh-huh.
And he got upset that I was paying favorites to Shaggy.
Whatever.
Moby was.
Yeah. No, Maxi Priest.
Oh, Maxi Priest, sorry, yes. Veronica.
So,
all right, so yeah,
we're gonna start this anew, okay?
Okay.
All right. Let's forget the details about the story because it's not hanging together for us. Let's talk about what to do with your behavior and what to do with this possible pregnancy, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think your friend is pregnant too?
No, she's not. I know she's not.
Just you.
Huh?
It was 3 weeks.
Stop saying huh. I'm going to hang up on you.
Don't repeat the question.
Don't repeat anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. No. Where's my left finger?
It's sitting over the drop button, so be careful.
Okay.
Veronica.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You said it was 3 weeks ago you had this encounter?
Huh? I mean...
That's it. Drew, that didn't take long at all.
No.
You really stumped.
I was trying to... I was going to ask her first, Veronica, is your name, isn't it, to see what happened.
Huh?
All right. Hey, Veronica? Yeah, she hung up. Good.
It's bogus.
Yeah, she couldn't get it together. Listen, everybody, I know I've said this 1,000 times. I don't care if your question is bogus or not. I really don't. As a matter of fact, to me, it's like the fake orgasm. Hey, if I believe the hooker's really...
Your girlfriend.
My girlfriend is really having an orgasm, what do I care? I walk out of the bedroom whistling, right? It's if I suspect. That's when it gets disturbing. And if you're going to call the show, great. And if you're going to have a bogus call, fantastic. I love a bogus call because they're a little more titillating, a little more exciting.
Well, also, it's interesting.
Work the facts out just a little bit. Try not to say, huh, every time. Try not to repeat the question that was just asked. And try to work it out. When I say to you, what's the name of the club you went to?
What's the name of the club I went to?
It's local here in Williamsport. Well, what's the name of it?
What's the name of it?
I don't remember. Yeah. It doesn't work well. Specific details. Trent, you're 24.
How you doing?
Good.
Good. My question tonight is, I've been married for about 11 months now, and I've been sleeping with two of my wife's friends, and actually they're both lesbians, and I want to know if I should tell my wife or...
Perfectly normal, perfectly healthy. You want to know if you should tell your wife?
Yeah.
What
do you think?
Well,
what would you do?
Do you have any kids?
No.
What would the purpose be of telling your wife? What are you trying to do by that?
I don't know. Maybe to get her involved. I don't know.
Trent.
I just know what to do here. I mean...
No. I think Trent would like out of the relationship.
Of the wife?
Yeah. Seems like you
why'd you get married, Trent?
Yeah.
Well, because I love her.
Oh, yeah. Love her enough to...
Hold on, let me write that down.
Love her enough...
Just in case I ever get caught banging my girlfriend's lesbian friends. I work the love angle. Hey, Trent says...
Yeah.
No, why'd you get married? Seriously. I mean, why'd you think that was a good idea?
Well, I've had a lot of fun in my younger days, and I figured it was time to settle down, and I don't know, I guess maybe, well, I don't know.
Yeah,
why didn't you settle down?
I definitely love her, though. I love her to death.
Yeah. Well, why would you treat her like this, then?
She's your what?
Best person in the world.
What's that?
Why would you treat her like this?
Wow.
Ignorance.
Let's try again. What would make somebody treat someone that they loved and was the best person on earth with total disregard?
Stupidity. I mean,
okay.
I have no right to do it.
All right, but here's...
Well, then why would you dig a stake right into her chest by dumping it on her?
Why would you even toy with the notion of telling her? I mean, Trent, here's what
I said to bring her into it. I mean, think about how effed up that is.
No, listen, Trent.
I asked I need to get pimp slapped, right?
Trent. I don't know what he said, but Trent, listen to me. Here's the deal. If in fact this is what's actually going on in your life, it smells a little bogus again.
Yeah.
But
a lot, by the way. But
yeah. Well, the part about
I'm mad. It pisses me off enough that I'm sort of going with it though, because it's such an awful story.
Trent, this is a little bogus, isn't it?
No.
You're married.
Yes.
How long have you been married?
11 months.
Mm-hmm. What's your anniversary date? Okay, forget it.
All right, see you, Trent.
This guy's an asshole.
Wow, Drew going with the anniversary date.
Dr. Drew.
Even an a-hole like this would know that as a way of protecting himself.
Really?
Against... Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to think. I could probably get stumped on that. I don't know. Good one, though, Drew. Drew, a rare moment of clarity, everybody.
This Sunday night, everybody.
Well, I'll tell you, two bogus ones in a row.
Bad
everybody.
Bogus ones, huh?
Well, the question was there. It's just the people are having trouble backing it up. Here's the thing, everybody. One of the bogus red flags is when you get sort of
vague.
Jovial and vague.
Yeah.
Jovial or vague.
Inappropriately bright affect for an awful situation.
And when you say stuff like, I'm having sex with my wife's lesbian friends, I want to tell her. How come? I want to get her involved.
Yeah.
That smelled bogus to me.
Right away, yeah.
He doesn't think he's going to get her, have a foursome. Yeah. Erica?
Hello?
Hey, hold on. Let me just say something real quick. I know it's going to contradict possibly a statement I made a few seconds ago to all the bogus jackoffs out there. Listen, there are people who are out there who actually are like addicted to heroin and stuff, or really are pregnant, or really did get themselves in a threesome or some sort of bind, that you're sort of using up their time a little bit. It's mildly pathetic.
Yes.
Of course, I could wax on about my garbage men for 15 minutes and use up all that time, but that's a woman's prerogative, right, Drew?
I guess. Erica.
Hello.
Hi.
Sorry. Okay, my question is, I've been having like a lot of sex with a lot of different guys, but none of them have been like a boyfriend.
How come?
I don't know why.
How many different guys?
Huh?
How many different guys?
About 5 or 6.
Over what period of time?
Just the past 2 years.
Okay. What do you think? If you had to guess what might be driving you to that, what do you think?
I don't know. I just, like, I freeze up when I'm with a boyfriend, and then when I'm not, I'm just like, hey, might as well.
So when you are with somebody that you're close to, you can't do this?
No, I can't.
Think about it. What might be, what does it feel like when you get in these situations? What is motivating you?
What do you mean?
No, I don't know what I mean. What are the feelings that you're responding to that causes you to be like this?
In which situation?
Well, in both situations. I'm asking a vague question. Let me try to get this. In other words, is there some sort of gratification you get from being in these one-night stands that you can't get in a close relationship? There's some uncomfortable feelings you get when you're in a close relationship.
Yeah, I get really, really uncomfortable.
Why? When you're close to somebody.
Yeah.
Why? What do you think?
No.
Arlene, I'm going to flip over all the cards.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Arlene Francis here.
I see.
What's my line?
I see.
I'll flip over all the cards and say that your dad abandoned you at some point. Somebody, he died.
Worse.
Maybe he's around. Maybe he drinks. Your dad did something to you, right?
Somewhere you've been hurt in close relationships.
Where'd your dad go?
I would think more mom, frankly.
My dad's about 15 minutes away from my house. I mean...
Where's mom?
Huh?
Where's your mom?
She's in the other room.
Well, when did your folks get divorced?
That was about in 5th grade.
5th grade.
Was that a bad experience?
Not really, because...
What's your mom like? What's your relationship with your mom like?
I love my mom. I love her to death.
Yeah? You ever have an eating disorder?
No.
Yeah. Why do you love your mom so much? That's not healthy, is it, true? You should maybe be indifferent at best, right?
Well, I guess I love my mom right now. I mean, I don't live at home usually. I go to a boarding school.
Why?
Why? Because I'm a weird artist freak person.
Okay, well, how did you, what led you down that path?
I like to sing.
Oh, you do? Yeah. All right, well, hold on. Listen, Erica, we got to take a break.
Okay.
What kind of stuff do you sing?
Classically.
Oh, good. So it's true. You guys do a little duet. Okay? Seriously, we're going to take a break. When we come back, I want you to do a little singing.
No.
All right, Drew, you won't sing. But, Erica, you got to sing a little, all right?
No.
Yes.
Well, I want to get at what's going on.
Yes. All right, we'll get to the bottom of that, too, after this.
You have 5 seconds.
Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
2.
Back in a minute.
1.
We're going to take a quick 10-second timeout. We're going to be back with more of the show in just 10 seconds.
This is Loveline on
Radio Station.
Saludos, amigos. This is the new rock alternative. 90.1 KFMA. Green Valley, Tucson.
It is Loveline. Engineer Mike feels somehow responsible when the show runs over.
No, it's on time.
No, I don't think so. Look at the clock.
That's unusually timely for you.
No, going to break a minute after the hour's not unusually timely for me, is it?
I have not seen us go to the 10-second break while the clock read 11:00 in a long time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So,
well,
am I right, Mike? Yeah, I'm right. See.
Wait a minute, but that's the 1 minute. I was a minute over. Okay, Drew. Let's just continue this off the air. Thank you, Mike. Phone number, 1-800-LVE-191. Pennywise in here tomorrow night to have a reunion with Dr. Drew. Ben Folds 5, the Verve Pipe. Oh, I get to see this Verve Pipe in. And Moby will be in here at the end of the week. So a good week. Blink-182 the week after this. And
back to Erica.
Back to Erica. Okay, Erica's 16. She's having set herself a string of one-night stands. Can't seem to get close to a guy. Whenever I hear can't get close to a guy, or whenever I talk to a 16-year-old girl who's just having a lot of flings, and I don't mean a girl can't get horny and hook up with some guy, but who's calling in and says they have a problem with it, to me it's usually some kind of weird connection with Dad that got screwed up at some point. So your dad...
That's an easy one. I mean, that's one of the ones.
Your dad left when you were in the 5th grade.
Let's put a more general umbrella of difficulty within intimate relationships. Intimacy is uncomfortable. It's too close. It's too potentially painful. And in fact, you probably do have a fair amount of pain that you carry around with you every day. And one of the ways that you sort of medicate that pain is with sex with guys you aren't close to. Right?
Yeah.
So where is that pain from? That's what I was getting at.
Well, I guess, like, my brother, like, raped me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
I don't know. I thought it was more like, I don't know, I had to drink, I don't know, powdered milk or Sunny Delight or something that wasn't...
And what's up with your brother that he was that kind of person? What happened to him?
I guess he was really messed up on drugs or something.
Was any of your parents on drugs?
My dad's an alcoholic.
Okay.
But not, like, to my face or anything.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be to your face to have quite a profound effect on you. So.
Is that why your dad left, or your mom broke up with him?
They just didn't get along.
Because he was drinking?
No, like, really, I don't know, like, he's never drunk, like, in the house, like, around...
As far as you know.
Goes out in the bushes?
Yeah, well, like, I know, like, he just goes out to a bar, you know?
All right, but understand that your artistic expressions are... It's not you were born a weird artist. It's that given your biological makeup, given that environment you were subject to, this is the way you're dealing with those awful feelings.
Okay, the greatest art school devised cannot compete with Little Booze and Little Rape. I swear to God.
Well, it's comedy school. Comedians come from
I don't know. Tori Amos or whoever. I mean, you want to take a woman and make her into a world-class artist, get drunk and have someone in the family rape her.
Problem is that you get about a 1 out of 100,000 chance of getting an artist.
Right.
You otherwise get a prostitute or a dancer.
Well, all right, so be it. It still seems like a good plan. All right, Erica, how old is your brother?
19.
19. And was he ever straightened out?
I don't know. He was in San Francisco now. He's gone off in his own little world.
Well, did anyone find out about the rape?
Yeah.
All right.
How old were you when this happened?
When they found out?
Oh, when it happened?
9.
About beginning of 6th grade. I don't know, like probably about 11.
So it is about time your dad left.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit afterwards.
Okay. Oh, baby. You want to sing a little?
No.
But understand, do you understand why you do this now? Do you have some little insight into this?
Yeah, but how do I stop?
Well, get a therapist.
You got to get some therapy.
Pretty heavy feelings. Get an evaluation. And because you're on a path that ain't going to stop, I suspect. You're at least aware of it. That's good. You might try to contain yourself, but I suspect the pain you're carrying around is going to drive that behavior more than you can contain yourself.
Yeah.
So.
All right, Erica?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Oh, boy, there's a little more there than what met the eye.
Of course. Always.
Well, always. Well, listen, I said, hey, where's your dad? Let's go. Oh, he's 15 minutes down the road. Everything's good.
I was talking to a educator on Friday in my office, and we were talking about Littleton and how obnoxious the press is. Normal kids work at a Pizza Hut, and well, they pick up a gun.
Right.
She says by the age of 7, they know who those kids are going to be, without exception.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Could they tell the rest of us so we could go ahead and miss that day of school?
Or just do something with them before they get to that point.
Let me tell you, I went to a hippie school when I was, I went to junior high and high school. I guess I went to regular junior high and high school. Those hippie school kids. You know what was funny? Was I telling you about this?
No.
My sister was telling me, I don't know why she brought it up, but anyway, I went to, when I went to a hippie school when I was like in first grade, like K through 4th or 5th grade, it was just at a house. I don't know how this works, by the way. Maybe it's a California thing. Some guy can sort of declare their home a free learning center or something and then start charging money, and you can just hang out and play with clay all day long, and they call the school, and I don't know exactly how it works. But anyway, one of my things is everyone used to keep their jackets in the bathtub in some like spare bathroom or something, because they probably didn't have a closet that could facilitate it. I used to like to whiz on the jackets.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, they're in the tub, so they're kind of asking for it. But my sister reminded me of that, and I'd forgotten all about it.
Did you get in trouble for it? They found out about it?
It took them a while. to find out about it. But to catch me, I guess it happened more than once.
You're I got to tell you, all the things that you sort of sort of naively present to me about your behavior is so transparent for what was going on with you. I mean, think about that aggression, the anger.
Aggression. It was me and my other friend. What do you mean, aggression? Sense of humor. There's a bunch of your buddies.
Also transparent, dude. Think about that. That's where humor comes from. That's fine, but it's aggressive. It's hostile.
Oh, please. That's a good time. What are you talking about, Drew? You have no sense of humor.
Raunchy women hitting you over the head with your own testes. Think about that dream.
True. And you dream one time.
And you presented that like, you'll never guess this one. It's my humor again. My humorous brain acting out while I sleep.
Drew, please. Stacey.
Have you talked to your therapist about anything yet? Other than the weather and the Dodgers and...
Well, Piazza's got 11-game hitting streak.
Have you talked to him about that dream?
About the dream where I was in the deep end of a swimming pool and haunchy women were stalking me with a large scrotum that they're hitting me over the head with.
Your own scrotum, mind you.
I can't remember if it was my own scrotum or not, to be fair. It seemed too big to be my own. No, I didn't share that with him.
Oh, man.
Drew, why don't you make a list of things for me to bring up in therapy?
Oh, I'm delighted.
Okay?
Yeah.
Thank you. Stacy?
Hey.
You're 20.
Yeah.
What's going on?
First of all, I want to say you guys do an awesome job, and I just want to say thanks for everyone.
It's a pleasure, Stacy.
Okay. My question is, or my problem is basically, my best friend of 7 years is turning into basically a slut, and it's come to the point where she's screwing over, like, me and my other best friend.
By doing what?
Just petty things. Like, it varies. Like, it'll be like if I say I'm interested in a guy, she'll go and, like, sleep with him or hook up with him. Or
what's up with her? What's her story?
Well, about a year ago, she got into her first real relationship that lasted about a year.
Mm-hmm.
And she broke up with him probably about 3 months ago. And ever since, she's been kind of jumping around from guy to guy.
How many times she done that?
How many different guys?
Yeah.
I think she's probably only slept with 2 and hooked up with, like, I don't know.
What does hooked up mean?
Hand job.
No, it's like kissing, making out.
All right, so she slept with 2 guys.
What period of time? 2 months? 3 months?
3 months, yeah.
So it's sort of some sort of rebound. It might not be...
Yeah, I wouldn't call that on a vaginal roll.
Yeah, but it's kind of like,
She's on a vaginal roll, everybody.
Sounds like something they'd serve at Starbucks.
I'll have a vaginal roll and grand latte.
Venti.
Man.
She does it, and it hurts. Like, we've gotten into a couple of fights about it.
Okay. Well, hey, listen, let me give everybody my heartless speech here for a second. I don't really believe you need to sit your friends down or anyone down and sort of explain to them how to be a human being. Now, maybe they bring something up and they're kidding around and it hurts your feelings and it's something that hits a sore spot in you, and go ahead. But if you keep getting interested in guys and they keep sleeping with them, feel free just to dump them. I mean...
Yeah, but it's hard if you have a lifetime of friendship.
My whole thing was the second my friends started acting like something other than friends, I'd just start hanging out with the other one.
Which is reasonable, at least, not necessarily to terminate the relationship for a lifetime, but to get some distance is a reasonable thing. But why did you fight over it? I mean, why didn't she understand that you wouldn't like her to go after somebody you were interested in?
Well, when I brought it up, it was more... It was kind of like in the moment, like she kept telling me, like, because she'd come and run and tell me, like, the details, and I'd tell her that I wasn't interested and I didn't want to talk about it. And then we got into a fight over Memorial Weekend because, like, my thing is that when she's acting like that, I just don't want to be around her, and so I...
Like that being going after guys?
Well, yeah, when she's doing it, I guess she's not doing it on purpose, but to me it seems like she's doing it on purpose.
Yeah. What does she tell you, though?
Well, she pretends like she doesn't understand. She just pretends like...
All right, so maybe she doesn't, Stacey. This sounds like more about Stacey than it is about the friend.
Oh, well, listen, stop hanging around with her.
But I've known her since I was like 12. Like, I've
a big deal. Listen, I'm telling you.
Worth over guys to break up with my best friend.
Don't break up. Get some distance. Spend a little less time with her.
Listen, everybody, as far as the longevity thing here, I really don't want to sound like Mr. Negative, but I swear to God, sometimes you're with people because you've known them that long, and you really even shouldn't be. And let's face it, the only reason you're with them is because they live next door, they live down the street, or you guys were on the same soccer team, or you sat behind one another in algebra class in the 9th grade, of which I never took because I only took basic math, even in high school. But the point is this is through proximity. You shouldn't even be hanging out. And if you get to the point where, hey, it ain't working, move on. Drew, look at it this way. You've had many friends in your life.
No.
You've had many friends. I'll open this up to Ann and Mike and Sherry, too. There's a lot of people you were really tight with at one time or another in your life, and you don't even see them anymore. They didn't even know where they are. Now, you didn't necessarily part on bad terms, but you don't even know. You just went separate ways at a certain point. Is there any one of them that you could think of that you'd say, God, I wish I was still in contact with them?
Oh, yeah.
God, I'd love to see them tomorrow.
Yes.
No, but you don't regret it.
No.
I mean, if you wanted to talk to them, you could find them, but yet you don't.
Yeah.
Because you guys grew apart. They moved away, they started a family, or they started acting in a certain way that didn't really work with the way you were acting, and you moved on. That's fine. It happens all the time. I mean, with millions. Actually, when you get older, you get to kind of figure out who your real friends are because they're not based on you guys being stuck together somewhere. You know, at camp. Okay. That's why Drew and I don't hang out after the show.
We're stuck together. Somebody split us together.
Hey, if it was going to happen, it would have happened by now, Drew. It ain't happening. Scott, you're 15.
Yeah, but it works. Whatever's happening works.
All right. Keep
if we were friends?
that.
No, if we were friends, we'd kill each other. Think about that. Think about that. That would not work. My teacher.
Thank you. Scott?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah,
Hello?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, before I ask...
I don't know what it feels like.
Hey, before I ask my real question, I just want to know, what's Drew's real name? Doesn't he have a last name?
Yeah. You want to give it out, Drew?
Yeah, it's Pinsky.
So what is it?
What is it?
Yeah, well...
He just said it.
What? I didn't hear you.
All right, well, he's not saying it again.
All right, well,
I originally just used my name.
First name.
Because I really didn't want people to know I was on the radio.
All right, well, here's my question. Okay, this is Carolla at school, and we're friends.
I guess he's over that.
Best friends, you know, we're just friends, you know? And I like her, and I want to tell her, but, you know, I don't want to mess things up. And how would I know if she liked me back, you know?
Mess what up? You're only friends with her because you like her.
Well, still, I just, tell me what to do, how to tell her, you know, without making myself look like a total jackass.
Okay, listen,
15,
that's going to be a tall order. Scott?
It's hard, too. People just say, do it, you know, it's...
No.
Maybe you shouldn't do it.
No. Here's what you need to do. You need to get her drunk.
Come on, really?
No, you need to ask her out.
You need to ask her out.
In some sort of non-threatening activity. If there's something.
Well, wait a minute. They're already good friends. They already do things together.
No, we don't. We just talk at school.
Yeah, ask her out to something.
I thought you guys were good friends.
Yeah, just at school and stuff. You know, I don't even have her phone number.
15.
Yeah. Well, you guys are pretty tight, though.
I mean, so what am I? Do I just go up to her tomorrow and say, you know, I like your shot? I get her phone number.
No. Here's what you got to do. All right, hold on. He initially presented this and said we're pretty good friends. I don't want to screw that up.
Yeah.
As it turns out,
we are friends, but, you know.
I know. You don't want to screw that up, except for you don't even have her phone number.
What he doesn't want to screw up is the potential contact he has.
Right,
and the positioning himself to move in.
Right now she's talking to him.
You're so wise.
Yes. Okay, so listen, Scott. You need to, I swear to God, this is the way to go. You need to come up with a movie.
Right, a daytime activity.
Okay, just listen to me, Scott. You writing this down?
Wait, what do you mean, a movie?
Just listen to me. Or an activity. What city do you live in?
I'm in Hayward.
Hayward West.
That's in the Bay Area.
Okay. Hayward, okay. They got one of them multiplexes or something over there?
Actually, they do. They just opened up a Century 25 over here.
A perfect excuse. There you go.
25 theaters?
You know why?
5 screens.
Yeah, because 18 of them are showing Star Wars. That's why.
That and these indie films. Pasadena, they opened up an eight theaters.
Christ.
Just for indie films. No, Adam. There's so many indie films out there.
Okay. Quiet down. Why don't you try with the indie films?
So just use that as an
Okay, no. Listen, Scott, here's what you do. And you tell me if this would work. You ready?
Yeah.
Here's my theory with women. Here's how you can ask them out without actually asking them out. You talk to them, and then you bring up a movie that has just come out. Just come out. And then you say to them, just start talking about the movie. I mean, maybe she's seen Star Wars, but you pick another movie that has just come out.
Austin Powers.
And you go, there you go. And you go, yeah, I really liked the first one. I can't wait to see the second one.
Yeah.
If she's interested in you, she will go, I cannot wait to see that movie either. And then you say, well, I'll tell you what, it's over at the 25-plex up the street. Why don't we go check it out Saturday afternoon? And if she's interested, she's there. And if she's not interested, she'll go, that movie sucked. I already saw it. I don't want to see it. And she'll shut the conversation down.
And then you should forget it at that point, Scott. Do not.
And it's time to move on.
Yeah, do not expect to go further with this.
Right. I'm telling you, this is almost diabolical. You bring up that movie thing, because when a woman is into you and you haven't established that kind of relationship, she's looking to do some activity too. So you bring up, oh man, I love mountain bike riding. You know what she's going to say?
I'd love to go mountain
I
bike.
love mountain bike riding too.
I wish I could have.
There's no good places around here to go mountain bike riding.
Wish
and
somebody would take me.
Your next line is, oh, Drew, they're not going to say it like that. Wish someone would take me. But yeah, you're going to get, I like mountain bike riding too, or you're going to get, I swear to God, if they like you, they'll go, I don't have a bike. I've never been mountain bike riding, but I've always wanted to do it. And then you give them...
Or I know a great trail that I could show you, or something like that.
Right. As opposed to... There, let's do a little role-playing here. Can we do that?
All right.
All right, Ann.
Where's the music?
Listen to that voice. Ann, I want you to play the young lass who I'm interested in.
Lass? Isn't that male?
Pretend it's not. Pretend it's not Adam.
Okay. Let me close my eyes.
Close your eyes.
No, that won't work either.
And be swept away by my nasally drone. Okay.
Okay, good.
Now we'll give it both ways. All right. First, we'll give the positive answer. All right. We'll use let's see. We'll use mountain bike. Okay. Hi, Annie.
Hi, Adam.
Hi. Oh man, my legs are sore.
Why are your legs sore?
Checking off. I had to say. All right, let me get back to it.
I thought this was going to be the positive
No, I'm
one.
sorry. This is a good one.
I'm glad you cracked your own ass up.
My legs, man, are my legs sore. Man, they're really.
Why are your legs sore?
Oh man, I went mountain bike riding last weekend at the trails up in the hills. It was great, but I mean, man, what a challenge.
Really?
Yeah.
I would love to get into mountain bike riding.
You never been?
No, I haven't.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Do you have an extra bike?
My buddy Kurt has one, and I bet he'd let me borrow it if you wanted to go check it out with me.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's great exercise.
I would love that.
All right. And then?
You're in.
Saturday? How about this Saturday?
I'm there.
All right.
I'll pack the lunch.
There you go. I'll supply the lube for the chain of the bike, of course. Okay, that's the good way. That's how it goes when it's good. Okay? Here's how it goes when she's not interested. Oh, man, are my legs sore.
No, wait, start with Annie.
Annie?
Yes, Adam.
Man, are my legs... Wow, they're really...
you're already done.
Yeah.
See our chance at the phone?
No, here's how it goes. You want to know why my legs are sore? Yeah, I was mountain bike riding last week, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, man. It's a good sport. It really keeps you in shape.
I don't see why people want to sweat and going up those hills and...
It's good. Good for your legs,
dirt
man. Yeah, I know, but it's good. It's good. You get to sort of see nature and everything.
Try the movies.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never really been in a mountain bike.
Well, you don't have to ride your bike in the mountains. You go sometimes you can ride it like to the theater, like this Austin Powers coming out this weekend.
What a stupid movie the first time around.
Yeah, I didn't like the first one either, but I heard the second one was really funny.
I wouldn't pay another $7 to go see that thing.
Really? Yeah. Matinee's only $4, though.
It's not even worth that.
Yeah.
Women are dying.
Okay, I got to go whack off.
And cry.
Yeah. Now, see, Ann, that didn't even really take much acting there. I mean, that's just how it goes, right?
Very easy.
If a woman is interested, she will be receptive. You bring up a movie, she wants to see it. You bring up a sport, either she's into it or she'd love to try it.
It is theoretically estrogen that makes that receptivity to the brain. I know it was like diabolical the way she moved along.
Just moved it right along.
Yeah, it's a guy can't do that.
Yeah. So listen, did everyone hear that?
Yeah.
That's it.
That was a great example.
Thank you very much. It's rare that we get a compliment. Thank you. Playing the part of Annie, producer Ann, everybody. Thank you, Mike. All right, we'll take a little break, and when we come back, we'll speak to Nicole, who's 14. Boyfriend's ex claims she's pregnant, but has lied before. I don't know if it's true. We'll find out after this.
Okay, so come on. Hey, what the f*** is up? This is Mark from f***ing Blink-182, and you're listening to f***ing Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. f***ing Drew.
Yes, you is. Blink-182 will be in here next week. All right. Where'd we leave off there, Drew?
Next call.
Nicole?
Yep.
Nicole, you're 14.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, my boyfriend's ex-girlfriend of 2 years, they broke up about 4 months ago.
Boyfriend, ex-girlfriend. How old is your boyfriend?
He's 16. He'll be 17 March 13th.
All right. Since he was 15. All right.
His ex-girlfriend's claiming she's about 4 months pregnant by him, but she's claimed she was pregnant before, and she was lying. We don't know if it's something he should worry about, or if he should ignore it until it happens.
Well, if he hasn't been with her for a couple of years, how could she be pregnant?
They were together 2 years, and they broke up recently broke up for 4 months.
A couple months ago.
Oh, I thought, his boyfriend, her boyfriend of 2 years. I thought it was 2 years ago that they went out.
No.
Okay, so it's been 4 months since they've been together?
Yeah, since they broke up.
All right, well, this is your boyfriend's problem, Nicole, for one thing, right?
Uh-huh.
It's not your problem, and the great thing you'd be supportive, but this is his deal.
Are you having sex with him?
No, he's talked about it, but...
Don't do it.
Okay.
You're not ready, right?
Yeah.
I've not yet met a woman that had her virginity lost at 14 who feels great about it.
No.
It's always regretful.
Right. Unless she died at 14 and a half. In which case she was happy, but we never really got that far, Drew.
We never got to interview her.
Resuscitating her, weren't you? Hey, Nicole?
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't trust this guy completely.
Yeah. And,
is he a trustworthy guy?
He has been so far.
All right. He hasn't cheated on you or anything?
No.
That relationship with that ex-girlfriend wasn't a real chaotic mess?
They were engaged for about a year. And they cheated on each other.
They what?
They cheated on each other.
That's what I'm talking about.
Let me do some quick math here. He turned 16 recently.
17. He just turned 17.
No. She said 17 March 3rd or something.
13th.
17.
Right. He'll be... I thought she said he'll be 17 March 13th.
Correct.
So he just turned 16?
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, you don't have to tell us when the guy's going to turn 13.
If he just
turned 17, by the way, if he turned his current age 2 months ago.
It's almost 17. Oh, boy, that's the worst we've ever heard on that.
Well, it's been 7 weeks. Come on, give me a break. So here's my point. This guy basically just turned 16. He was with her since he was 14, right? And he was engaged with her at age 15, correct?
Which is insanity.
Yeah, so he's either... Well, I was going to give an option between being stupid and something else, but he's just stupid.
Yeah.
He's just an idiot.
Well, I think of the parents that allow him to get into that kind of thing. And then they cheat on each other while they're engaged. Total chaos. And she's lying about pregnancy. Nicole, this is going to be...
I worry about this guy.
Does he have any legal problems?
No. Not that I know of.
However, why would you even consider that he might?
Well, I don't know. Not that I'm aware of.
All right, so let me, Drew. Let me just give you an example here.
You ask me,
Drew. You having any legal problem?
No way. Never have had.
Okay, now that sounds suspicious, but they never had. Just not right now. Nicole, why do you have to think about that answer?
Well, he says he's been pulled over by the cops in the past, And he got worried when he found out my parents had a police scanner. So I'm not quite sure.
Hey, Nicole,
Uh-huh.
I'm not so sure about this guy. He's really starting to look a little sketchy to me.
Is he in a gang?
No, he's not in a gang.
Does he ever committed a crime?
No.
But he's a little worried that your folks have a police scanner.
Yeah, he's worried that he's going to get pulled over or something.
Pull over for what?
Where's he come from? Does folks live in an apartment?
No, they're farmers.
Farmers?
Yeah, they live on a dairy farm.
They live in Chicago's east side, though. Okay, Nicole, keep both eyes wide open with this guy.
Do a reality
check.
Assess him for who he really is.
Okay, well, he talked about in November, if she does have a child, she wants to take him for a blood test.
That's a good plan, because that's what he's got to do. That's his responsibility.
She's now engaged again, and he wants me to come with him. Should I go, or will it make things worse?
She's engaged again.
She's engaged again.
And will it make things worse when you go to the doctor for him to have a blood test?
Yeah, because she really,
She won't be there.
Likes me.
She won't be there.
She won't be there.
And arrange it so she isn't. She doesn't have to be there.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
All right.
But I don't know if you're going to be with him in November.
No. No, that's a lifetime away.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? What the hell's going on? Listen, you're 14, y'all. Just go down to the mall or something, would you?
You sound so pathetic when you say
Let's just go to the goddamn mall. I'm 14. I'm going to go down with my boyfriend. He's going to get a blood test because his ex-fiancée, who's now engaged again, may be pregnant, not sure. You're 14. You should be thinking about sticking beads to things at 14. You know what you should be doing at 14 as a girl?
Peeing on people's jackets.
That's what I do.
You were 9.
9. Okay, let's be fair. At 14 as a girl, you know what you should be doing? You should be cutting out things in magazines and sticking it on stuff.
Well, she does that, too.
That's called your decoupage.
I'm
there.
sure she does.
You should stick it on to Kleenex dispensers, the hard shell ones that go over the Kleenex box. You should be making photo albums. You should be making posters. And here's what you do. All right, all you 14-year-old girls, you listen up. You get a nice piece of cardboard, like something like 2 feet by 3 foot, like a poster-sized piece of cardboard. Then you take your friends and you cut their heads out and you stick them, sort of randomly to the cardboard. Then you clip out drawings and pictures and letters from Vogue and Cosmo, and you write Remember Cabo and stuff, but in different letters. It didn't say Remember Cabo. It's like a ransom letter. You're stuck because you went to Cabo San Lucas. Your two families went when you were 13, and there's a picture of you two on the beach.
All right. A little cathartic here.
Yeah, and you make that.
This is what you didn't have, right? This is what you didn't do in your life.
I've seen this in every girlfriend I've ever had has had one of these things floating around. You take pictures and you take words and you cut them out. You make some sort of decoupage that sort of captures your youth. Right, Ann? Isn't that what you should be doing at 14? Not going down to the clinic for the blood test.
For the paternity testing. Oh, man.
Julia.
Yeah.
You're 26.
Right.
No man has ever cut out anything and stuck it onto a piece of cardboard, ever. Never. Guys don't do that.
But I'm trying to think of what circumstances a guy might. It's got to be something diabolical.
Every girl in the world has done that.
Yeah.
All right, Julia. What's going on there? Julia, have you done that?
Decoupage?
Have I stuck cardboard on a piece of paper?
Julie's a queer woman.
Yeah.
No, you know what I'm talking about?
A montage.
Have you ever done that decoupage there, Julia?
I'm not familiar with it.
How come I can never have a point driven home by anyone but myself? I really can't. Julia, do you know what I'm talking about?
I couldn't really hear what you said. Did you say compage?
Decoupage.
Can you explain what that is?
Where you cut out images and paste them on top of each other and create sort of a collage.
Oh, you know what I've done? I've done lots of collages before.
Okay, thank you.
There we go.
Tons of collages.
I know. And everyone is horribly confused by this show, but
they're not confused. It's just the answer is no.
Yeah.
That's the deal in our
I know. It's like the cops pulled you over or something. Thank you, Mike. All right, Julia, go ahead.
Anyways, my problem is I work 13 hours a day.
What are you doing? What kind of work?
I'm a buyer.
A buyer.
I'm sure you shopped at our stores before.
Crack?
I can't say the stores.
Why can't you say the store?
Because I just can't. They're all over the valley.
The Valley.
Anyways,
The Valley.
all over Southern California.
Okay.
It's a retail store.
It's a retail store.
Women's clothing.
No.
Men's clothing.
No. But I'm...
All right, who cares?
Well, I wanna, if it's kids' clothes, I will definitely shop there.
Whatever.
Is it a clothing store?
No.
Okay.
No.
What do you sell?
Well, we sell all kinds of merchandise.
Good. That's the way you write that down together.
Great deals. That's all I have to say. Great deals.
Great deal.
Anyways, our stores are extremely well merchandised, very neat, really awesome, and I love to work. And
it's not.
a lot of fun.
And it's not clothing.
No, it's not clothing.
They sell a bunch of different things.
It's gotta be.
It's like a Kmart or something.
They're
all right, so
Pottery Barn.
Yeah.
We're gonna mention all the other competitors.
What year are we in? What year are we in?
99-cent stores.
Oh, the 99-cent store.
Yeah.
Oh, true. In a just a rare moment of clarity, everybody.
Anyways.
Wow. That's I swear to God, that's like a novelty job. What do you do? I'm a buying rep. What store? 99-cent store. It's like
stick your fingers in.
Yeah, the Chinese finger torture traps.
12 in a bag.
I bought 7 million units of those last week. Oh, my
Okay, anyways, this is my situation, okay?
It's still, I'm not over this being a buyer for the 99-cent store. It's a novelty job.
She says it's good quality, so I'm going to go because of that.
I'm going to.
Check it out.
I'm going to see how much cleanser I can carry.
I meet tons of people every single day, and
Sure.
I go out and I meet lots of people, but
you're working too much.
And the social elite, I might add.
Yeah, and I really, really like to socialize, and I'm very friendly, and I have a good time talking to people. But as I meet people, I feel like I've gotten a lot more picky lately.
Yeah, sure, you have to be. If you're going to buy for the 99-cent store, you have to have a discriminating eye.
Well, I work so much, and I feel like I have such a work ethic. Like a lot of people I think out in L.A. are really lazy, and they're like don't have as much.
Are you from L.A.?
But yeah, I'm from L.A.
Right. Has this always been your career?
Well, I graduated from college 2 years ago, and I've been working ever since.
I went
to San Francisco.
You must have went to Northridge.
But in this field.
Huh?
In this field.
Yeah.
Ever since.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where do you live now?
I live in Encino.
Wow. And the question is, how do you meet guys when you're working so much, right?
Yeah, not only that, it's like when I do meet guys, they're 26-year-old guys. I think I meet them and I feel like sometimes they're
lazy.
Just not like, I don't know, just they don't know what's going on yet in their life, and I kind of feel like...
Well, that's normal for a 26-year-old male, I'd say.
All right, listen, this is not like the Tiger Beat advice column,
listen,
Drew.
you know
Who
what?
cares?
But look, women have listen, I think this is a viable question because I think women are presented with some very painful choices. The idea that Cosmo promotes, that you can do it all, is BS.
Right.
And that women have to make some very, very difficult choices. And only women are having to make the choices, and I think it is very unfair, but it's the way things are right now. They're having to choose between career and social life, career and family and kids. I mean, there's all sorts of choices. They can't do it all. You can't effectively parent and work 13 hours a day, at least as a mother, and men don't have to worry about that decision so much. We don't, at least based on present-day theories.
Right.
And this kind of thing, it's hard. When it works a lot, they don't meet the the same people they want to meet. They don't have opportunity to focus on that. They're busy in their career.
It is true.
Very painful.
I was just reading something in Vogue last week that suggested that you could be on the south of France, in the French Riviera, 1 week, and then back to buying for the 99. Drew,
go ahead.
Oh no, forget it. Everybody, I was trying to tell a joke there, but you're not going to hear it.
Well, it was time for something serious, and the point is, let me at least make my point.
We're going to break. We'll go to break.
I feel so liquidy.
Really? All right.
You're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Anyways, tomorrow night, Ben Folds 5. Tuesday night, the Verve Pipe. Oh, those Verfipian. I'm looking forward to seeing those guys again. And Thursday night, Moby will be in here. And, Drew, I had a joke coming on last break, but Drew squashed it.
Yep.
So eager to please. Didn't spell the joke coming on. No. Read something in Vogue last week.
Want to tell it now?
Started with the straight part about being in the south of France. Trying to get to the comedy part.
Which was?
Yeah.
No.
Nope. Not going to do it now. Phoebe?
Yeah, hey.
Yeah, you're 25.
Yes, I'm 25.
What's going on?
Well, actually, this question's for Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
It has a long history. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
Okay. When I was between the age of 1 and 3, I was raped. And I did seek counseling for this, and I had a very good counselor. And
how many years were you in treatment for?
Well, actually, only about 6 months, but I'm a quick healer.
No.
No, well...
No. Nope.
Oh, please, hold on. Who raped you?
I don't know. That's why I went into counseling. I didn't know. I had really bad dreams, and I had a boyfriend at the time whose destiny it was to for me to reach orgasm, which was really difficult for me. And
I consider that a lofty goal, by the way. I don't like to put that kind of pressure on myself as a partner. Yeah, and so you got to this, but...
I don't know. I got that.
All right, wait a minute.
Well, what I did is I discovered that this had happened. I'd been molested two other times, once by my grandfather and once by a neighbor.
All right, that's enough there. But
now we believe you.
Yeah. That's enough.
So I went to... I've been in counseling twice. Once for a year and once for 4 months, which was for the rape.
Yeah.
And it's a long sordid history, and my sister died, and it was a really traumatic period, and et cetera, et cetera. But when I discovered the rape, we did a lot of dream recession, or dream, what's it called? Like dream therapy kind of thing.
Yeah.
And there's something that I've been doing since I was about 4 years old, which is why I'm calling you. Like the rape is not the issue, but that's kind of where it comes from, I think. That's my theory.
What is it you're doing?
Okay. Since I was about 4, anytime, and this is kind of weird, but anytime that I would have where I had to go to the bathroom or anything, I would lie down on the floor and I would cross my legs and I could make myself orgasm, which is really strange. And I was just wondering, where does this come from? Like, is it possible for a 4-year-old child to orgasm, and what is this? Do you know what I'm talking about? I don't know.
It's just a form of masturbation you do, right?
Well, I don't know, because it's...
One of the theories about...
Well, you have to go to the bathroom first, right?
Well, it's either directly after a bowel movement or right before I have to urinate really badly.
And you'll go do this... That's when you choose to do this?
Well, it's not... Sometimes... Well, when I was a kid, it wasn't necessarily a choice. It was kind of... I knew they gave me pleasure. I didn't understand the pleasure.
Well, here's one of the theories, and I'm not sure I can explain this clearly enough, but about what happens when kids are sexually abused at a young age is the limb of the nervous system that's responsible for automatic, or what's called autonomic function, becomes matured in a way that's abnormal. And as a result of that, kids become hypersexual, typically. The sexual...
A what?
A child becomes typically hypersexual in response to that. And as such, there can be sexual arousal and responses that occur much more early, much prematurely, much prior to what they should have been programmed to occur.
Okay.
And the whole function of attachment and emotional equilibrium and how affect is controlled by your brain gets sort of tied into this sexual arousal, and that becomes a way of managing affect.
All right. I could have masturbated 4 times in the time.
All right. But the point is, it's one of those things that happens. It's a behavior that happens from what's happened to you.
Hey, Phoebe.
Yeah.
What happened to your sister? How'd she die?
Oh, she was killed by a drunk driver, actually, when she was 19.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
And is your grandpa still around?
No, he died when I was actually a couple of months before... It's very complicated, but a couple of months before I kind of came out about it, he died.
A couple of months before. Oh, okay.
Well, he died, like...
Good. Listen, I'm glad he's dead. And what about... and you have no idea who you think did something to you between the age of 1 and 3?
I have a very vague idea,
Who do you think?
that person has been out of my life since that time. So I think it was a son of a friend of my mother's. So I have a very vague recollection.
Okay.
I mean...
All right. A little more therapy, Phoebe. You've had a pretty tough life, right?
Well, actually, I've been dealing with it really well.
Yeah, you don't get...
I know, you sound... I don't get the
feeling,
the heebie-jeebies from Phoebe's.
Yeah. But indeed, a long-term connected relationship is a really important part of all this.
God knows. Yeah. I don't think I'd know if someone did something to me before the age
and theoretically, 22. Yeah, and that stuff never really goes away. It's just a matter of managing it and containing it and all that.
How can it? Yeah. Because they get to you, but you don't have language.
Yeah, the brain is very primitive, and it gets cemented in certain ways. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing you can understand when you're a kid is sort of like feelings.
Yeah.
I mean, it gets rubbed into you.
Yeah.
I remember one time there was this tree, and I swear to God, it was like falling over or something. So I tied this rope around it, and the tree ended up like enveloping the rope. 10 years later.
Yeah.
And then the rope just became part of the tree.
Right.
That's the way I look at this stuff.
Absolutely.
And if you try to pull the rope out now, you might take the tree with it.
Yeah.
All right. Daniel.
Yeah.
You're 18.
18, yes.
What's going on?
I just want to say hey to everybody driving around L.A. right now listening to this. I think it's a cool idea.
Hold on. I want to say hi to him.
I have a question for Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
I want to speak directly to you. I wanted to make a comment in terms of earlier you had 2 bogus phone calls in a row.
Right.
And you got kind of ticked off at the second one. You just hung up. And Adam made a comment like, even if people have bogus phone calls, just have your facts together. And, and it's kind of a funny comment, but the point of what I'm saying is I don't understand. See, me, I've been in therapy since 10 years old, and I'm now studying psychology in my university. And the entire kind of basis of what you guys do is you listen to somebody's problem, and then within 3 minutes you come to a conclusion of why they have certain problems or certain kind of tendencies, and it's so general. You'll even go to a point like, a girl might have a problem reaching an orgasm, and somehow you'll go back. When you were 5, did your father ever hit you? And then maybe somehow you manipulate something out of them. And from that, you just basically kind of make an assumption. Now, I don't have a...
Hold on, is this a bogus call?
No, come on now. Listen now.
Seriously.
I'm serious about this because it's important. Because
all right, so...
Daniel, after you...
All right, hold on. So we manipulate an answer out of them, and then what?
I feel you manipulate because this is for entertainment purposes as well, I just feel that it kind of... Speaking directly to Dr. Drew. Dr. Drew, do you have a Ph.D.?
No, I'm an M.D.
An M.D., okay. So you're a psychiatrist?
No, I'm an internist, and I run a department of medicine and addiction services in a psychiatric hospital. I've been doing that for about 10 years.
Okay.
And so after I'll tell you, Daniel, once you've had your clinical experience, 4 years of college, 4 years of graduate school,
he ain't making it
1,000 hours of clinical training, and about 10 years of clinical experience, you formulate your opinions in about 3 to 5 minutes of talking to patients typically. Now, these are not diagnostic impressions. These are general behavioral trends and patterns we're pointing out to people. And understand all we're doing is we're trying to make educational points and triage people that need triage. That's it. We're not treating anybody. We're not making. We're not coming up with a diagnosis. We're just trying to educate people.
The process.
Hang on. Hold on. Quiet down. Let me say something. In terms of manipulating answers out of people, the next call we had, we were able to manipulate that her father was an alcoholic, that her parents got divorced, and that her brother raped her. Yeah. Now, did we put those words in her mouth, or did those events actually happen?
That particular girl, no, but I wanted to use the example of Nicole, who was 2 callers ago. She was 16 years old, and she has this boyfriend who's going to turn 17. And basically, he's afraid because her mom's got a police scanner. He's 17 years old. He doesn't sound like the best kid. He might be a little, 17-year-old thug or whatever he does. Yeah. Maybe he's nervous that he's got a beer in his backseat or he smokes some weed.
Yeah.
But kind of the way you kind of insinuate things, it's as if he's like doing armed robbery or something. And
Nicole was 14.
No, he's 16 years old.
But Nicole was 14, and he'd been engaged. His girlfriend been engaged twice in a year.
Oh, the issues are that's regardless.
And they were cheating on each other. And what we were pointing out was, what this guy may not be trustworthy.
That's
our point. That was it.
I agree with that.
That was our point. That was it?
That wasn't the point you were making.
That was it? No.
What was the point we were making?
The point, it's kind of for the entertainment purpose of it, and it kind of really, really annoys me because...
Wait, what was the point?
What was our point?
Can I finish, please?
Go ahead. I'm asking what our point was.
The point that you were making is basically that he's like a total thug. He's an armed robber.
Nope.
Why is he suspicious about the scanner?
Nope.
It's the manipulative process. Now, what I wanted to say is that from the years of therapy, if the one thing that I've learned that's the most important lesson is that an entire therapeutical process, that's what it is. It's a process.
Yep.
The things that I find out now about myself and certain dysfunctional patterns within my family and my household and certain subconscious things can only be found out after time and time of talking.
Absolutely.
To a PhD, you know.
Absolutely. Listen, we got to take a break. Hold on, maybe we can talk to you when we come back, but we're well past that. Hold on a second, Daniel. Listen, let me just say something real fast. Yeah, that's a therapeutic process. But if someone wants to tell me there's a guy who's done this, done that, done the other, you want to tell me about your dog who's bitten 5 people, I'm going to tell you to get away from the dog.
That's all we're doing.
I don't need 10 years of therapy to figure that one out. We'll be back.
This is Loveline. Loveline will be right back.
All right. Daniel, we're out of time. We appreciate you arguing with us, but I think you're way off on this one, brother. Thank you. All right, we're going to take a nice big long pause, like for 22 hours, and when we come back, we'll be here with Pennywise for a long-awaited Dr. Drew reunion. And until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying...
Poncho.
Mahalo.
Mommy! This has been Loveline.